And now, iHeartRadio presents the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida.
If you want to crown them, then crown them. They are who we thought they were.
Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Welcome, everybody, to the Sunshine State's only true sports talk radio show where we focus on the teams and the topics important to sports fans in Florida. We are Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. I'm Bianchi, Mike Bianchi, sports columnist of the Orlando Sentinel. That's Brandon Kravitz right over there, the hardest working man in sports talk radio, the prodigy of production, prime time. Jaden Grimes making us sound good on the other side of the glass. We are coming to you live from Orlando, Jacksonville, Tallahassee, all points in between on the iHeartRadio app. And we want to hear from you throughout the course of the show. It's a Wednesday, which means it's Game On Confessional Day, right, Krabby Krabs?
You got that right. I'm starting to run out of confessions, but I'm going to see if I can drum up some more before we get to the end of the hour.
I've got one. And it has nothing to do with stalking or trying to pick up girls in bank parking lots, okay? So I do have another one I will reveal later in the show. Do we have a prize to give away to the best confessional?
We do. We have Florida State, Kent State tickets. We'll give those away to our favorite confession. Are we allowing those to be won on the text line? Where do you think we should land on that, or should we strictly give the FSU Kent State tickets to somebody on the talkback?
Well, probably it's probably going to be, well, I guess it could be an Orlando listener or Jacksonville listener as well. No, I think we should limit it to the talkback, but if it gets to be later in the show and we're not getting the talkbacks that we want, maybe we can change the rules.
So you're not ineligible if you text in your confession, but you are much more likely to win the prize if you hit us on the talkback.
Absolutely. And the talkback line is free, obviously, on the iHeartRadio app. The text line is 50857, the Mills Air text line. So have at it. And we're going to have at it right now with some highlights and headlines. The hits keep coming for poor Gators coach Billy Napier and his staff. The SEC suspended Florida's running backs coach and associate head coach Jabbar Jaluke for 3 games for his role during a pregame altercation prior to the Gators' loss to LSU on Saturday. Quote from Commissioner Greg Sankey of the SEC: Jabbar Jaluke's conduct during the pregame altercation reflects behavior that is unacceptable and not aligned with the standards of the Southeastern Conference. Coaches are expected to be leaders and to de-escalate tense situations, and that did not happen in this circumstance. The suspension is appropriate, and any future misconduct by Jabbar Jaluke will result in more severe disciplinary action. I don't know what he did, Kravitz. I don't know if he escalated the altercation, if he threw punches. I don't know exactly what he did, but this is just another bad look, another embarrassment for the Florida program. Not only are they losing games, they've lost their composure. They lost their sense of discipline. 2 of the biggest stories of the year thus far: a player spitting in the face of another player and a coach evidently taking part in a fight with another team's players. Both incidents involved the Gators. Not acceptable, Kravitz. Especially when you're losing.
Well, and that's the whole thing, is that this team's not winning games. They look disjointed. They look disorganized. If they were winning, I think we would spin this. We would characterize this a different way. These coaches are willing to fight for their players, and that's why the players are going out there and playing hard for these guys. But this kind of thing typically does happen to programs that are losing games the way the Florida Gators are. It's just another reason why I think of it like the old, the cartoon with the stick of dynamite, and you can see the stick is starting to wither away and the dynamite's about to explode. That's me watching Billy Napier's career with the Florida Gators right now, and this is just part of what's allowing that wick to burn even faster.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this, a big media story happening, though. Molly Curran, who has been the long-time co-host on ESPN's First Take, along with Stephen A. Smith, she has suddenly resigned after 10 years. Here's Stephen A. talking about it.
Last night, she abruptly resigned as the host of the show. And to say that I'm quite sad about it is an understatement. Molly is a friend. Molly is a coworker. Molly is somebody that I have leaned on many occasions in the past, as she has done when it comes to me. We've been partners on the show for the last 10 years. And a lot of times some of these things happen and it's just uncomfortable to see. The details, quite frankly, are none of y'all business.
Yeah, none of our business. I guess now Mark Daniels, he knows some people at ESPN, and he said this morning she was supposed to stop doing the show at the end of the year when her contract ran out, but she abruptly resigned yesterday. Evidently, she thought ESPN allegedly leaked out that she was leaving the show. They were in the middle of contract negotiations. She wanted a big number, and I guess ESPN didn't want to pay her that much. Kravitz, I guess the question for you is First Take going to miss Molly?
I think she's really good at what she does. She's good at kind of wrangling the cats on that show. It's going to be hard to find somebody that does it quite as good as she does, but it's not going to affect their ratings. I don't think people watch because of Molly Karam. I just think she does a really good job of keeping them on time and on target with what they're trying to do. She can go at Stephen A. Smith if he's not shutting up. You know, these are important things. It's the whole chemistry thing, is if they can find somebody else that can fit that vibe, then they'll be fine. And those individuals are out there. Now I'm so curious as to what happened with this particular situation. But I don't know. I don't know where they go from here.
Yeah, I guess she didn't want it leaked out that she was going to be leaving, and the ESPN, at least according to Daniel's sources, leaked that out.
Seems pretty dramatic to then just abruptly leave, forget your 2 weeks notice on all of that just because it got leaked out. I can understand being upset, but walking off set and saying I'm not doing that show anymore. You figured when it was something abrupt like that, something happened. I figured it would be some sort of off-camera dispute with a producer or one of the other hosts, but I imagine that doing that show for as long as she has kills a few brain cells. I'm not saying that she's stupid. I'm saying that I think that after a while it becomes
that show makes you stupid.
Yeah, it just becomes mind-numbingly just every day. It's the same thing. At some point you got to wake up and go, is this all there is to life? Just asking Stephen A. and his revolving door of hot take hosts the same dumb questions about Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers. Like, that has to get old. So I don't blame Molly Karam at all for leaving. Yeah. Abruptly leaving, I question, but the leaving part, surprised it didn't happen sooner. She's been doing that for a long time.
Yeah, she has to come in every day and try not to laugh at what Cam Newton is wearing on the air. He looks like Huggy Bear from the old Starsky and Hutch series, for crying out loud. All right, big news in baseball. First, Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh hits this record-breaking home run last night.
Swung on and blasted. Right field. History on its way. It is gone. Cal Raleigh. Crown him. Number 55 for Cal. Already the all-time single-season home run catcher king, and now the most ever in a single season for a switch hitter. He surpasses Mickey Mantle. The legendary march through history for Cal Raleigh in a season we will never, ever forget.
Okay, and then his next at bat, he hits this home run.
Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit well, center field. It's going back. Isbell at the warning track, at the wall. He has done it. Home run, Cal Raleigh. He has tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most in Seattle Mariners history. Number 56 for Cal Raleigh. An amazing, historic, incredible season. And he has tied one of the greatest of all time in Ken Griffey Jr.
All right, so he broke Mickey Mantle's home run switch hitter mark. Then he ties Ken Griffey Jr.'s franchise mark. Kravitz, this might be the best night anyone's had since your Aunt Edna spiked the punch at church bingo.
Well, it was time to spice things up, Mikey. I was tired of Florence winning every time we sat at the tables. So I decided to make things interesting. Uncle Paulie's popped in at the end. Cal Raleigh's amazing. I mean, this guy's he hasn't come out of nowhere, but in terms of where he's at now, comparatively to where he was before, he's already a highly paid catcher. So it's not like he wasn't good prior to this season, but this is another level. I mean, I do think I always get a little bit suspicious when somebody goes from good baseball player to beating Mickey Mantle's records. Like, okay, maybe we should slide this guy into the bathroom and maybe test some things here. But I mean, he's just been an incredible story this year. And now the question is, can he catch the American League record? That's what they call it, which is the non-steroidal record of Aaron Judge, who has 62 home runs. He's at 56, and he's got 12 games to do it. Cal Raleigh will hit 2 a night. So I think he can get there. It's not going to be easy, but I do think he at least gets to 60 before the end of the regular season.
Yeah, and 60 is still a magical
Yeah.
number. And those are your headlines and highlights.
Yeah, completely burying the fact that Kyle Schwarber's just 3 home runs behind him, and nobody's talking about it. He's got 53 so far on the year. We still have OJ McDuffie coming up within the hour, but up next, what about the Florida Gators and who could be next in Gainesville? Dabo doesn't seem too happy at Clemson anymore. Could he be headed south? We'll talk about that possibility next.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz. We'll be right back after this.
All right, let me tell you something. When it's blazing outside and your AC is acting up, that is not just a minor inconvenience. That is a full-blown crisis. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. And Mills Air is also a Carrier Factory authorized dealer, which means they offer rebates up to $1,275 for a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always rely on the family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call Leon and the crew. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number, 407-277-1159, and online at millsair.com.
You know what I love about football season? Watching Baker Mayfield lead the Tampa Bay Bucks to victory while I'm cashing in on Prize Picks. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on a player's stat projections like Mayfield's passing yards or Mike Evans' receiving yards, and in under a minute, your lineup is set. On Monday Night Football, I thought the Bucs would win, but I also thought it would be more of a defensive battle, and that's exactly what happened. I had Mayfield going for less than his stat projection of 233 passing yards, and Evans going for less than his projection of 67 receiving yards. Guess what? Winner, winner, chicken dinner for the Bulldog. Prize Picks is built for fans like us. Withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure with Venmo, Apple Pay, and more, and FlexPlay lets you cash out even if you miss a pick. Get in the game with me. Download the app today. Use my code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Bulldog to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by by Paul Davis Restoration, serving coastal and central Florida.
When storm damage hits, call the pros. Paul Davis Restoration. On call 24/7, giving you peace of mind and restoring your home or business. When things go wrong, they do what's right. Call Paul Davis Restoration, serving all of coastal and central Florida.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening this Friday and Saturday.
live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
This Friday and Saturday night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and you don't know what to do.
Or if you've been the victim of a medical mistake, we've got you.
We've got what it takes to prove a case that the insurance companies can't ignore.
With decades of experience and a track record of winning for our clients.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Hey, I'm your mountain bike. Been a minute since we hit the trail. Why not roll me over to Goodwill? Donating me helps Goodwill's mission to provide career training and support services right here in the community. And that keeps us all moving. Donate today. On your left. To find your nearest Goodwill locations and to learn more about our mission, please visit goodwill.org. Goodwill, where your things start new lives.
Small businesses are the heart of America. Like you, these entrepreneurs started out with a dream and the drive to build a better life. If you have a small business idea to grow or challenge to face, you don't have to go it alone. Since 1964, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses. Today, they are the nation's largest nonprofit source of expert mentoring, resources, and education. Whether you're starting out, building back, or have worked at it for years, SCORE will match you with specialized mentors. Our thousands of volunteers provide the guidance and connections you need for free. Your success is waiting. SCORE is ready to help. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
I'm Dan. He's Ty.
Hello.
And we're the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast.
Tune in for previews, recaps, bits you won't hear anywhere else, and all the emotional support you need as a college football fan.
Join us all season long as we ride the roller coaster of this ridiculous sport.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the Solid Verbal College Football Podcast, and listen now.
We don't just love college football, Ty. We live.
This is the beat of sports.
Will you buy tickets to college? Why not, right? Throw a couple bucks. That's what everybody else says. And now we got 1.7 billion.
All it takes is one to win.
Mr. Cliche is at it again. Yeah. We want to pick fast out there. Want to be on our toes when we jot down the numbers that we're picking. Got to have your head on a swivel when you're filling out the filling out the card there. Can't underestimate the guy behind you in line. He may bring the numbers. You got to stay locked in. Got to have a game plan. Trust your preparation. Yeah, pulling any cliche you want, you're right. I got to want it more than the guy in front of me in line. Got to lay it all out there. I'm going to give 110% when I get the numbers here. Because you got to stay locked in and focused, you know. You can't peak too early, you know. I don't want to hit the first 3 numbers. And then I want to ease into it.
The beat of sports with Mark Daniels. Weekday mornings following the bridge at 9:30 on FM 96.9 The Game, Orlando's sports leader. Thursday, the Dolphins head north to take on bitter AFC East rival, the Buffalo Bills. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. Catch every exciting moment of Miami Dolphins football right here, all season long on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. Miami Dolphins play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Now back to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
The Game On Confessionals Wednesday. We want your texts, your talkbacks, by the way, for your confessions. Can be about anything, something you did 5 minutes ago, something you did 10 years ago, just something you want to get off of your chest. Maybe you actually cheer for your rival and you're afraid to tell people about it. Maybe you cheated on an ex with a former lover. I don't care what it is. We just want to know. 50857 also on the iHeart.
The juicier, the better.
Yeah, I mean, if it's about your sports teams, like, there's a limit to how juicy they can be. But hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback, and you can win FSU Kent State tickets by the end of the show. It is time now for our daily coach quote of the day, our daily source of inspiration and motivation here on Game On. Today's lesson comes from the Stoics. No individual is free who is not the master of themselves.
Yeah.
Stoic response.
Yeah, it starts with the man in the glass. You got to be true to the man in the glass.
That's right. So essentially, so I'm part of this newsletter. It's called the Daily Coach Newsletter, and there's a quote at the top of it. Usually, the quote of the day for us is the quote that's at the top of that email, and then there's a short article about that quote. Maybe it's describing a player or coach's experience through adversity, leadership, yada yada. And so I was digging through, and this one was about Roger Federer. And it said that he became great, not because he's talented, because he realized that brilliance without discipline is not sustainable. You have to know yourself, be honest with yourself, stay within yourself. And I think about this new phase of where we are, Mike. This is another reference to social media, because I think a lot of people get caught up in there's a new phrase that it's been going around the last couple of years. It's called FOMO. Do you know what FOMO means?
FOMO, I do, but not off the top of my head.
Fear of missing out. So
yeah.
people will post whether they're at a cool concert like I'm going to tonight, or they're at a new restaurant, or maybe it's a bet that they placed, and the person on the other end of the phone that's looking at this, that's been being put out there, is like, I have to keep up. I've got to. It's basically the new age version of keeping up with the Joneses. I don't want to miss out, so I need to be doing this as well. I think everyone is scared of missing out on the next thing, but not being true to yourself is how to limit yourself in terms of your overall greatness. There you go.
All right, Kravitz. I mentioned the man in the glass. When I was in high school,
yep.
And you say you get these inspirations from a daily coaching newsletter, right?
Yep.
When I was in high school, our high school football coach and athletic director, Coach Branch, gave all of us football players a poem. A poem. It's called The Man in the Glass. And I still have that poem, Kravitz, hanging up on my little bulletin board. And I'm going to read you a little bit of it right here, okay?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
And it's a corny coaching poem, but at the time I was like, man, that's great poetry right there. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. And then it goes on, and I'll just read you the last verse. You can fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartbreaking tears if you've cheated the man in the glass.
Oh, chills.
Huh?
Chills.
Yeah.
You've got to be happy with number one. And that it leads us to Dabo Swinney, the winningest coach in Clemson football history, who's looking in the mirror and saying, I know I'm 1-2, but I'm happy with the man that I see. Apparently, Clemson fans are not. And here's Dabo Swinney reacting to that.
If they want me gone, if they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know if that's good or not. To win your league 8 out of 10 years, to go to the playoffs 7 out of 10 years, be in 4 national championships, win it twice. Yeah, we a little down right now. Take your shots, but I got a long memory in case y'all don't know. We'll be all right. We'll bounce back. This is a program built to last, always has been, always will be. And I would just say if you give up on us if you don't believe in us because we've lost 2 games down to the last straight and you didn't believe in us anyway, so it don't matter. You wasn't all in anyway. If you're all in, you burn the ships, man. There ain't no exit strategy. Like you're freaking all in. And hey, listen, I mean, Clemson's tired of winning. They send me on my way, but I'm gonna go somewhere else and coach. I ain't going to the beach. Hell, I'm 55. I got a long way to go. Y'all gonna have to deal with me for a while. I got a long way to go. I'm just getting going. I'm just now good enough to be a head coach.
There you go.
Come on down.
Defensive but correct Dabo Swinney right there.
I love just play the first part where he goes, is that good? I don't know. I'm just asking.
If they tired of winning, they can send me on their way because that's all we've done is win. So if they tired of winning, we've won this league 8 out of the last 10 years. Is that not good? I'm just asking. Is that good? I don't know.
Is that good? Damn right that's good, Dabo.
Yeah, they've won the ACC 9 times. They've won the national championship twice since he took over.
And played for it 2 other times.
And they've been their preseason top 10 every year. You basically write it in Sharpie. So, yeah, he's a great coach. I think I'll let you throw it out there. You've got a darling of an idea. So let's hear it.
I'm not saying that the Florida Gators will, if and when they fire Billy Napier, I'm not saying that they could get Dabo Swinney, but if I'm Scott Strickland, I'm getting Steve Spurrier, who is very close friends with Dabo Swinney, even though they were competitors at Clemson and South Carolina. They are close. They are really close. So I would get Steve Spurrier to call Dabo Swinney and say, what would it take to get you to the University of Florida? And maybe Dabo Swinney is just unhappy enough up there that he would say, wow, I've accomplished all this at Clemson. They don't appreciate me. I can go to Florida where they've been down for 15 years since Urban Meyer left, and I could be a hero again. I'm not saying they could get him. I'm just saying you got to give him a call, don't you?
Yeah, you do. You got to pick up the phone if that becomes an opportunity for you. And it looks like the Gators are headed in the direction where they're going to be picking up the phone. I have some devil's advocacy that I'll be playing later on in the show. But up next, What do we do with these Miami Dolphins? Bianchi and I chat with the legend himself. OJ McDuffie joins the show right after this.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
You ever have your AC go kaput at the worst possible time? Mine did. Labor Day weekend, 2 weeks ago. House full of friends, 96 degrees outside. And I'm thinking, oh, great, this day's ruined. But then I called Ziegler Air Conditioning. And guess what? They answered the phone. A technician was at my house within an hour and a half. That's why I trust Ziegler Air Conditioning. There are a lot of AC companies in Orlando, but Pat Ziegler, Jason, and the crew just celebrated 40 years right here in Central Florida. 40 years of honest, reliable service. They installed my carrier unit, they maintain it, and they keep everything running so my warranty stays valid. And unlike these other companies out there who send quote-unquote sales advisors with the techs just to push new systems for a big commission, Ziegler doesn't do that. Their technicians are paid well to do great work, not to upsell you. Also, Ziegler is a carrier and a factory authorized dealer, which means they can get you better deals and rebates than most dealers out there. And I love Ziegler because when you give them a call, Meredith answers the phone. Meredith answers the phone. It's not some phone tree you get connected to, and she takes care of everything you need. So give them a call, 407-245-8765. That's 407-245-8765. Ziegler Air Conditioning. Don't ever lose your cool.
You know, they say not all heroes wear capes. Well, that is certainly the case for my go-to real estate agent, Kevin Krager. When you're buying a home, who you work with matters a lot. That's why you need Kevin Krager with LPT Realty on your side. Kevin doesn't just unlock doors. He brings a deep knowledge of market trends, the latest home buyer programs, and cutting-edge real estate technology. But what is it that truly sets Kevin apart? Kevin's strong background in construction is second to none in the industry. He knows what to look for. You go on a walk with him through a prospective house of yours, you're going to get the most fundamental information about the foundation to the roof line. He is focused on protecting your investment every single step of the way. And then even after closing, his service doesn't stop there. Kevin is loyal to his clients. Kevin has the resources to help with repairs or upgrades, all at cost for those that buy through him. If you want a trusted guide who knows homes inside and out, Kevin Krager with LPT Realty is there for you today. Your future home will thank you.
If you want your windows there and Reese, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in stores September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
This isn't just a game, it's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be part of a legacy that never stops. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it. We've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah.
Orlando. Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like wanting a psychic that helps you, but getting one that just ruins surprises.
I see the season finale. Steve's the killer.
Well, that's ruined.
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Straight Talk, we get it. You say no a lot.
Mom, can I get a tarantula?
No.
Coffee?
No. So we're giving you more reasons to say yes, like a free 5G phone with real unlimited data with select plan activation.
Can I use the free phone?
Yes. See, doesn't it feel good to say yes to more?
Absolutely. Face tattoo? Absolutely not.
Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart.
Taxes and fees apply. In-store activation of Gold Unlimited plan or higher required. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
Mobility in dogs and cats is very important. I'm Dr. Travis Vandenberg. I'm a veterinarian, and I do recommend Gentle Giant's natural non-GMO dog and puppy food, as well as the cat and kitten food. Gentle Giants has the New Zealand green lip mussel, which is a bioavailable source of glucosamine and chondroitin. We feed it from puppies and kittens 3 weeks of age all the way to the oldest dogs and cats, and that's what's nice about it.
At Petco, Stater Brothers, HEB, and more.
Gentle Giants for life.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-978-1515. That's 800-978-1515.
My mom has taken up going to the park to practice yoga.
My dad's going to a club, but not a book club, a salsa club.
Finding new hobbies comes with age.
My mom has started getting lost and not knowing where she's going.
Becoming lost or disoriented doesn't. Confusion with time or place may be a sign of Alzheimer's. An early diagnosis can help improve the quality of life for your loved one. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Wednesday, we are going to be expecting higher chances of rain than what we've seen so far this week. So plan for some scattered afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Some pretty heavy rain will be possible. As we head towards the end of this week, though, we'll be expecting higher chances of rain to continue along with elevated humidity. So it's going to feel a lot more muggy out there with temperatures closer to normal, with highs right around the low 90s with a 60% chance of rain into the weekend. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
Your local Staples has hot deals and super low prices throughout the store on everything for your business. And right now at Staples, save up to $125 off your print order. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details. Ends 11/1. Plus, save even more with the Easy Rewards program at Staples.
The UCF Knights play here. Catch every game right here on 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Another week of Dolphins football has come and gone. Let's recap all the action with the legend himself. Presented by the Flynn Law Office.
Oh my, Rick, what a beautiful play. OJ McDuffie, the #1 pick.
Here's OJ McDuffie.
Miami has a Dolphin, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal.
Well, I don't know if they're the greatest football team, but they're working on it. Miami Dolphins legend OJ McDuffie joins us as we wrap up week 2 for the Miami Dolphins. This segment brought to you by Trey Flynn Law. Your free case evaluation, just a click or a phone call away. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. OJ, welcome back to the show. The pain of a loss persists.
Yeah, well, I was wondering if there's going to be a remix of that song, man. You're right about that. Not necessarily the greatest football team anymore, man. Is there a remix of that? Maybe DJ Khaled can do it or something?
Yeah, I'll give him a call. You probably have a better chance of getting on the line with them than I do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, another painful week, man. Another painful weekend. Tough loss, bro. You know, I mean, I knew week 1 was so bad that week 2 couldn't be that bad. And it wasn't, obviously, man. But you got to find a way to win that game, a home game within the division, a team in New England that was trying to figure themselves out as well. Just a heartbreaker the way it all went down from our punt return to their kickoff return to the interception at the end. It's a tough loss for a team that's trying to figure itself out. And things do not get, we'll talk about them, sure. But, man, the best thing about losing on Sunday is having an opportunity to play on Thursday, to get it out of your system. But then this Thursday, obviously, we go to Buffalo, which is no easy task at all.
Not even a little. And we'll definitely talk about that game. But just circling back to the 6-point loss to the New England Patriots, felt like the Dolphins played really well after they went down 12-0 in the first quarter. After that, that looked like recent good Miami Dolphins football. But it was that final drive. It was the penalties. It was Devon Achane stepping out of bounds.
Yeah.
What did you see from your perspective as a guy that played in the league, the level of miscommunication that was going on from Mike McDaniel to Tua, from Tua to the players that surround him, the other 10 that are on the field. What exactly happened? Because there were clearly gaps in that situation.
Honestly, B, it's inexcusable, man. It really is. 4 years in, all the same players we're talking about. Those three players you're talking about in terms of McDaniel, Tua, even Tyreek. It makes zero sense to me that these guys cannot get on the same page. It makes zero sense that plays can't get in on time. And I don't know what to say about it anymore. They're out of words to say about it when you listen to them talk. But I'm tired of hearing the whole miscommunication thing, and how they haven't fixed it yet. Mike McDaniel's plays, some of those plays are, 20, 22 words long. And hasn't he found a way to shorten, put 5 words into 1 word, some things like that can make it a lot quicker for Tua to get it out, because we have so many mechanics on our offensive set. We have the motions, we have the shifts, we have all these different things going on, but when we're up against the clock a lot of times, it's a hot mess, man. It's amazing they haven't figured it out yet.
OJ, I know you might not be familiar with this since you played with Shula, but when fans boo the team and planes are flying over the stadium asking for the coach and the GM to be fired, how do you think that affects a locker room?
Well, it should galvanize them. It really should. And you know what? If you don't put a boo-boo product on the field, you won't get booed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, these guys, they've got to take a little pride in themselves, man. Nobody wants to be booed at home, especially. Of course, the banner flying over the stadium doesn't help, but the fans are fed up. Man, they really are fed up, man. And we're used to an average product on the field, but this has been a bad product on the field, and fans have been waiting a long time. I've got a 23-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they haven't seen really good Dolphin football since they've been born, and that's unacceptable for a lot of people down here.
So in today's game, so many quarterbacks extend plays and occasionally make big plays when the pocket breaks down. Even guys like Baker Mayfield ran for 15 on 4th and 10 on Monday night. I know Tua has injury issues and everybody's sensitive to that, but it's very frustrating for us when he rolls out and just runs out of bounds when he can't find a receiver. I'm just wondering, how much of a liability is it that he can't extend plays?
It's huge. It's huge. That's the name of the game these days. Athletic quarterbacks that have some mobility. When things do break down, that's when we know we're in trouble with Tua at quarterback for us. And it's unfortunate because he was a lot more athletic at Alabama. He wasn't the greatest athlete at Alabama, but he was a lot more athletic. Then you factor in the injuries that he's had recently. Then you also factor in the fact that he doesn't want to get hit. Nobody wants to get hit, but he definitely does not want to get hit. So It's definitely frustrating. I love these quarterbacks that can extend plays. That's when big things happen. That's what happened for Tyreek when he was in Kansas City. Mahomes would extend some plays, and Tyreek just run all over the place and make some plays. Tua has to find a way to extend plays, because when 1 or 2 options are done, he can never get to 3 or 4, and he can't get out of the way of the defense.
Talking to OJ McDuffie, Miami Dolphins legend. This segment brought to you by Trey Flynn Law. Let's look forward to tomorrow night against the Buffalo Bills. Tua versus Josh Allen. The Bills own this matchup, especially when they're in Buffalo. If I can perhaps offer one silver lining, OJ, it's that at least the game isn't in deep into November. At least it won't be freezing up there. How much of a chance do you give the Miami Dolphins? The Bills, by the way, are dealing with some big defensive injuries. Milano and Oliver both out for this game.
Yeah, you know what? I don't give us much of a chance no matter what. I think, this team hasn't shown it to me, man. I usually have a homer pick. I'm like, yeah, we can go anywhere. We can beat anybody. I'm not feeling that way anymore, Brandon.
I love the honesty.
Good about my team anymore, man. And I just know that, with those guys out, yeah, they're gonna struggle. But I don't see how we stop them. How do we stop Josh Allen? He would have a broken nose now or something like that. That guy's an Iron Man, bro. He's an Iron Man. And, the best ability is availability. He's always going to be available to go out there and play for the Bills. But I'm always optimistic going in. I'll be doing the pregame show on iHeart down here, and I'll be optimistic going in and just hopeful the rest of the game.
We have the broadcast here on FM 96.9, the game in Orlando, that starts at 11 a.m. right after I hop off of the Fantasy Fix. You'll hear OJ McDuffie on that. Dolphins analyst and legend OJ McDuffie. Always appreciate the visit. Actually, no, I just realized that I was promoting a Dolphins broadcast at 11 a.m. They don't play on Sunday. Typically that's when the broadcast starts for a 1 p.m. kick, but that's tomorrow night. That'll be after we go off the air for this show as the Dolphins take on the Bills. I'm all twisted up, OJ.
I hear you, bro. They do it to us, man. That's what they do to us.
That's right. Exactly. Thanks so much. OJ McDuffie, ladies and gentlemen. This segment brought to you by Trey Flynn, Law Board certified both in criminal trials at the state and federal level. That's Trey Flynn, 407-557-6350. Bianchi, before I go to break, I found this stat. This is unbelievable. It's not just the Miami Dolphins. The teams inside of the state of Florida are 1-19 in their last 20 games against the Buffalo Bills. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah. Buffalo's one of the premier teams in the league, so it doesn't surprise me, especially with how bad our teams have been of late.
That's staggering. Up next, your time to shine, your talkbacks, your texts. It's Game On Confessionals Wednesday. We're back in just a few minutes.
Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Football season has been red hot. What a start to college in the NFL. And the place to get in on all of the action is Florida's only legal sports book, Hard Rock Bet. Rivalries, upsets, complete chaos. College football is at its best when you're part of the action. Sign up today, bet $5 on any game, UCF, UNC included in this week's spread of games. If you win that bet, you also score $150 in bonus bets. Get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. If you're looking for an edge on your next bet, find crazy stats on the Stats Hub over on the app. You can find the hottest streaks, the latest line moves, and more. The fact that the Bills have won 12 straight at home, not just against the Miami Dolphins. The app is slick, it's safe, it's reliable, up to the minute, up to the second in terms of the updated odds, and payouts are lightning quick as well. Head to Hard Rock Bet and roll with us. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway right now either. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/credit card.
Hurricane season is here. Don't wait until leaks start. Get 15% off your new roof during Eustace Roofing Storm Season Sale. Real craftsmen, real experts, real roofers. Schedule your free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
A clutch performance is great on the football field, but when it comes to your freedom, clutch play from your legal representation is vital. When your freedom's on the line, you need Trey Flynn in your corner. Trey is a board-certified criminal defense attorney with 18 years of criminal defense experience. Trey's record speaks for itself. He defends DUI cases, serious felonies, and will fight tooth and nail to protect your rights and your future. Visit TreyFlynn.com or dial 407-557-6350. Arrested today? Call Trey.
Join us daily on 96.9 The Game for your Embers Only Cigar of the Week. Brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Dr. Phillips, downtown Heathrow, or online at coronacigar.com.
Football season has arrived, and BetOnline continues to be your #1 source for all your football betting action. BetOnline has all the latest odds, news, and scores from every pro to college game to baseball, cage fighting, and hockey futures. BetOnline remains your choice for sports wagering info. Head to the website and take advantage of their industry-leading VIP program, level up bonuses, and weekly cash boost. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Just because an injury doesn't show up on an x-ray doesn't mean it isn't real. We know doctors that specialize in whiplash, sprains, strains, and tears. They can help us prove your pain is real and fight for your future medical needs. Farah and Farah.
Orlando.
Yingling Traditional Lager. Brewed by the same family for nearly 200 years, it's a crisp amber lager with a bold, smooth flavor that's perfect for game day. Whether you're cheering from the stands or watching from your favorite bar, Yingling is the taste of tradition. Yingling. Legends stand the test of time.
If you want no windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Win $25,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows. Pick up your phone and text the word WOW right now to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Don't let data limits hold you back from being the gift master in the family group chat. Switch to Straight Talk Wireless and get real unlimited data on a reliable 5G network. Straight Talk, available at straighttalk.com or Walmart.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Saturday, the atmosphere will be electric as the UCF Knights welcome Bill Belichick and the North Carolina Tar Heels to the Bounce House. Our coverage starts at 1:30. Kickoff is 3:30. Exclusively on your home for UCF football all season long. FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app. Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
If you weren't watching the game, you would think, hey, Tua had a great game, 26 of 32, 315 yards. If you just look at the stat, he had a good game, but you watch that game, and late in the game, Tyreek Hill's running free. Did you see that pass?
Oh, my God.
Running
sailed
free.
it right over his head. And it was the same thing against Indianapolis. You start in a hole, and then you pull your way back, and then late in the game, it's penalties, it's miscommunications, it's errant passes over the head of your top wide receiver. I don't care what your box score says. If you can't take advantage of opportunities, then you're just not a good enough quarterback in the NFL.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app. Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WYGM Orlando, WJRR, HD2, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Free never sounded so good. This is a safe place. Your secret is safe with us. And the thousands of listeners tuned in live, listening on demand, and streaming across the state. But other than that, you're probably fine. It's time for Game On Confessionals.
Bulldog, he's our man. If he can't do it, nobody can.
Bianchi. Wednesdays are wild, not just because you lay in your deepest, darkest confessions to us on this show, but they're wild at Wing House as well. The girls wear pink, the energy is high, and the deals are delicious. All you can eat boneless wings and fries. It's the ultimate midweek feast, perfect for wing lovers who want to go all in. Pair it with great service and a fun atmosphere, and you got a Wednesday worth celebrating. 3 Central Florida locations near you. Wing House, good food, beautifully served. Text in 50857, also on the iHeartRadio talkback. I have 2 confessions. Neither of them are juicy. I'm just going to throw them out there.
Oh, wait. Stop right there. Stop right there. First of all, I pour my heart out. I've told our listeners that I get my back waxed because I'm so hairy. That is embarrassing. All right.
Yeah.
I've told people that I got dumped once and I sat in the parking lot below my ex-girlfriend's apartment and sat there pining, looking up at the window. That's embarrassing. Last week I told you that I once I left a note on a young lady's car that I established eye contact in when we were walking in the bank, and I left a note on the car saying, "Hey, you want to go out sometime?" That's embarrassing and pathetic. You give these they're not embarrassing enough, Kravitz.
I've admitted a bank robbery. What are you talking about?
That was a good one.
Thanks. These that I was about to give are not good. I just can admit that I bet the Bills tomorrow night. That's a confession. And against the Dolphins. And I confess that I think we were wrong about our boxing take about Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford. We said, this was on too late. Nobody watched this thing. Did you see?
Many watched it?
41 million people.
41 million?
41 million. Just 41 million people who don't value getting a good 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, how many on the East Coast watched is what I want to know.
This is around the world since it was on Netflix, and Netflix is available in other countries. This is not nationwide. This is worldwide. So you say, 41 million. It's nothing. There's that many people in Bangladesh.
They got that many people in New Delhi.
Exactly. Love a good New Delhi.
Can I say this confession that's on the text line? This is no wild confession. I had to say it though.
We have, oh my, yeah. That's wow. There's one on the text line, Mike. That I'm just gonna say it. It says I pooped in a plastic bag and left it in the UCF parking lot. I don't believe that. I'm gonna need photographic evidence.
Well, if you have no place to do it, and what are you gonna do? Carry it with you?
You're at UCF. They have bathrooms.
Yeah, but what if
what?
You're like at a tailgate lot or something late after a game and the bathrooms are closed? I don't know.
Porta potty. 2 words. Porta potty. Somebody said, confession, I dipped out of paying fantasy football dues by joining the Navy. I actually kind of get that. If you're in a league where the buy-in is expensive and you were already thinking about maybe joining the Navy, that's a pretty smooth way to do it. You know what, guys? I can't pay this year. I'm going to go fight for the country. What are you going to fight with the guy about it? Come on.
I've got one for later.
Okay, save that. Boxing fans, Night of Champions 12 returns to Caribe Royale Orlando on Friday, September 19th. We're 2 days away from that. We got a pair of tickets to give away. Text the word knockout. That's knockout to 50857. I'll send one of you to that match at that beautiful resort hotel down near Disney. More Game On the way. We'll pause for a brief moment. Let the talented folks at Fox Sports Radio get you all caught up with the latest in sports. We're back in 60 seconds.
Live, local, in your face, and bald. Very bald. Let's send you to the studio for the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Broadcasting live in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. It's Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz, the premier sports talk radio show in the state of Florida. Light us up on the Mills Air text line at 50857. We're taking talkbacks as well to Game On Confessionals Wednesday. All right, Mike, you want a juicy one. You feel like you've been laying it all out there, and lately I haven't been reciprocating with embarrassing stories. So I got one for you. 21st birthday, I was at Roxy nightclub, which is no longer a thing, but a great former nightclub in the Central Florida area. I was there, 21st birthday. I'm there with one of my best friends. I'm there with my sister's there, her husband, a couple of other people. We had a VIP area, got a bottle of Jägermeister. I was 21 years old, so that was my drink of choice at the time. And I was, as you are on your 21st birthday, absolutely wasted out of my mind. And I'm in the bathroom. I'm talking to someone, or at least attempting to. I exit the bathroom and I see in the distance my friend Danny, who was with us, was talking to this guy, and it looked aggressive. And so this guy that I don't know, his back was to me as I'm probably 15 yards away from where they are. And I see my friend, and he looks concerned. He looks like he's in trouble. And so I took it upon myself to say,
"Oh, you're going to defend him. Huh?
Best not to ask any questions, just act," on my half a bottle of Jaeger. And I went up behind this guy, and I got him in the chokehold, and I took him down to the ground, and I choked him out. And I got up, and I said, "There you go." And he goes, "I was just talking to this guy. I know him from class."
What?
It wasn't. They weren't fighting at all. And I just completely misread the situation. I took the guy to the ground and
put him in the sleeper.
I put him in the. I put him right to sleep.
God.
He got up. I apologized. And then my buddy explained, like, it's his 21st birthday and he's kind of crazy and he's not well right now.
Now that's a good one. That's a good one.
And the guy bought me a drink after that.
Oh God.
First time in the history.
He was. He's scared. He goes, "I'm gonna buy this guy a drink."
I was ready to go. You're not gonna mess with my buddy. Just know I got your back, okay? Did that when I was 21. Been a Dolphins fan my whole life. I am loyal to the bone, okay?
You're lucky. You're lucky he wasn't a tough guy.
Oh, my God. I would have died. That would have been the end.
Teeth, huh?
I would have made it 21 years. That was it. I got very lucky. All right, Mike, get your ruler out. Get your number 2 pencil. Get your abacus. We're headed back to school. It's time to grade the take. You are going to be the professor. You are grading my takes on both quality and overall heat. So there's 2 layers to this.
What do you mean overall heat?
How hot is the take? So part of it is it a good take, whether you agree with it or not? And the other part of the grading process is, was it hot? So
all right,
we'll get it started with this one about Baker Mayfield. Both the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins would swap their quarterbacks for Baker Mayfield right now, no questions asked.
Well, that's not a hot take. That's a tepid take at best. It's a good take. So I'll give it. It is a good take, but it's sort of a cold take. So I'm going to give it a C.
Okay. All right. Already off to the kind of start that I had when I was back in college. I'm getting flashbacks now. Historically speaking, it is unlikely to start 0-2 in the NFL season and then make the playoffs after that. In fact, it only happens about 12% of the time. But here's the thing, Mike. It does happen. It happens 12% of the time. Over the last 15 years, it's happened about once per season. This year, there will be an 0-2 team that makes the playoffs. It won't be the Kansas City Chiefs. It will be the Houston Texans.
That's a hot take. And when you look at the division that they're in, that's a good take. So I'll give that one an A.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence.
Yeah. Yeah, I give that one an A. Because, the Chiefs are in a tougher division. I don't think they're very good, quite frankly. And, the Texans 0-2, but they played close. I mean, they could have easily beaten the Bucs.
Yeah, and then the schedule, I'm not going to run down the schedules, but the schedule comparison more favorable to the Houston Texans, and part of that is just that they play in the AFC South. The Kansas City Chiefs have the Giants this weekend, which should be a win for them, but the Giants can score points and the Chiefs can't, so I'm not going to auto-dub the Chiefs on that one. After that, they play the Ravens, so even if they beat the Giants, which they're supposed to, they're probably going to lose to Baltimore. They'd start 1-3. It's really hard to make the playoffs when you dig yourself a hole like that.
Although with 17 games now, I think it's probably higher than 12%.
So that's what's crazy is that the percentages haven't changed since they changed the how many teams they allow into the postseason. It's just
really?
I'm sure that over time it will, but it hasn't taken the effect that you would think. After watching LSU struggle on offense, the Bulldogs of Georgia struggle on defense, even in a win against Tennessee, and Alabama losing to FSU, I have decided and declared that the college football national champion will not be a team from the SEC for the third straight season.
Ooh. That's a hot take. It's a hot take. Georgia, Alabama, LSU. I mean, you know, obviously you've got some other good teams. You know what? You've got Texas A&M. You got Tennessee. It's a hot take. I don't know that it's a good take. But I'll give it a B.
Okay.
I'll give it a B.
Give it a B. I like Ohio State, Penn State, Miami, Oregon. Yeah. I get all of those teams in the non-SEC equation. UCF UNC this Saturday, 3:30 p.m. is the most anticipated home game for the UCF Knights since Cincinnati was here for College Game Day in 2018. That's my take.
That's a hot take, not a good take though. I mean, you could go back to Colorado last year.
That was the other good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
they
had
back
to Colorado last year when UCF thought they were going to be good last year, and then Colorado comes in and puts an end to that nonsense. And so that's a C. That's a C.
Would you put it right behind that one though? Because I think you're right. That was the only one of all the takes that I have. That's the only one that I believe. I actually don't believe that one because I think the Colorado game.
How many years would you say?
If you say after Heupel left. So from Gus Malzahn till now, the most anticipated home game, if number one is Colorado last year, and Big Noon Kick was here for that and all that, this is number two. This is the second most anticipated.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There haven't been that many big games at home. You have some Boise States in there and all that. All right, back to the NFL. Joe Burrow is nothing more than a modern-day Andrew Luck, a top-level quarterback when he plays, can't stay on the field, and will retire before he turns 30 years old.
Hot take. Don't think it's very factual. Don't think it's very factual. And plus, Andrew Luck never made it to a Super Bowl. Joe Burrow has made it to a Super Bowl. And he might have made it to a Super Bowl again this year had he stayed healthy because the Bengals were off to an unusual 2-0 start. But because it's such a hot take, I'm going to give that a B+.
All right, B+. I can handle a B+. All right, last one. The tush push has jumped the shark. The league hates it. Fans don't like it. Officials hate it. It's a boring cheat code of a football play. And in 2026, the league will undoubtedly rise up and ban it for good.
Both of those are accurate. And I don't know how hot that is because I think everybody agrees with it, which means it's not so much a hot take, but it's an accurate take. It's a quality take. I'll give it an A-.
Okay.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
Yeah, you're damn right. That's some good grades I got.
I think you're right on that one, though. I on both counts. Right.
I think Sunday pushed people over the edge with it. And I was somebody that I was kind of on the fence with the tush push. I like the fact that they found a play that works for them. And I do think it comes from a place of a bunch of whiny babies that can't stop it, that want to see the play go away. But I'm watching it on Sunday and I'm like, this isn't good. And they get the jump start and all of that.
Yeah. It looks like they're jumping before the ball is snapped. So yeah, it looks almost illegal in that respect, and they can't call it because you can't see when the ball snapped. Coinciding when the linemen move. So.
There you go. That right there. Grade the take. Hit me with Ricky Bobby one more time, Jaden. Hit him. Let's hear it.
I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
I'm an A+ take guy. Up next. The baseball world has a lot of offerings right now. So what are we missing out on? We'll get you caught up on all of the latest right after this.
With Bianchi and Kravitz.
Oh, it is coming this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. It is coming to International Diamond Center. You're not going to believe it. They're bringing in the entire new collections from Tacori and Viraggio. It's unbelievable. It's going to be epic, all right? They're flying in entire collections of new styles from both of those great designers. Hundreds of new rings to choose from. Tacori, Viraggio, the world's two premier ring designers, together on the IDC stage with special incentives or zero interest financing through 2028. See Tacori's latest, handcrafted by the true California artisan, exquisite in detail. And from New York, see the newest creations from Viraggio, unique, distinctive, and personalized. Buy any Tacori or Viraggio ring at the event, get a $500 IDC gift card. Buy the engagement ring with a matching wedding band, get a $1,000 gift card. Also, for this amazing 3-day event, IDC has brought in hundreds of luxury pre-owned Rolex watches. These are in immaculate condition, some never even worn before. All the popular models. So let the IDC experts hook you up with the finest brands. Tacori, Viraggio, Rolex at this incredible weekend show. It's this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, only at International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Waterford, and Mall at Millennium.
Let's talk about Pizza Bruno. This place is top knots. I mean, sorry, I can't get the garlic knots out of my head. You want meatballs, you want salads, you want fresh ingredients in every single mouth-watering bite. Pizza Bruno is your spot. Try my personal favorite, the spicy Stetson, crunchy pepperoni, big dollops of ricotta cheese, and hot honey. It is so good. 3 locations in Central Florida, Edgewater, Maitland, and on Curry Ford Road. Visit pizzabrunoFL.com and work up an appetite.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
The ultimate celebration of music.
Our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is happening this Friday and Saturday.
Live in Las Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. 16 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Streaming live only at Hulu.
And listen live on the free iHeartRadio app.
This Friday and Saturday night, starting at 10:30.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
This
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. When you hear that a small Blizzard treat is just 85 cents with $1 purchase in the DQ app, you might just feel like you're dreaming. You're not. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with $1 purchase when you sign up for DQ Rewards. Only at participating locations.
The one and only Monster Jam. The world's best drivers tear up the dirt in your favorite Monster Jam trucks like Grave Digger and Mole. Coming to Camping World Stadium January 10th. Brought to you by Big 80 Tires. You have to see it live, so don't miss it. Lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Betting exchanges have become the new craze in sports betting, and there is no one on the internet that does it better than BetterEdge. So transparent, so honest, so user-friendly. BetterEdge gives you that little extra advantage that you need. I've said it many times. I've bet on sports for a while. I did not start making money consistently until I started using BetterEdge. I also share competitions every Friday that we can dive into together as well. My Beat Brandon Challenge. Sign up for the first time, get $20 on the house. Just use the promo code BeatBrandon when you sign up at betteredge.com or on the BetterEdge app.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
IKEA is celebrating 40 years of making home dreams possible in the U.S. Visit us in store September 3rd until the 23rd for limited time offers and experiences like our Ortianta streetwear collection, our new Tilvercott furniture, daily chances to win gift cards, and more. Come celebrate 40 years of meatball-filled shopping, brave attempts at our Swedish names, and the inexplicable need for stylish modern design. Offer valid September 3rd through September 23rd, 2025. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary. See store and ikea.us.com for details. Restrictions apply.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a best man speech, but getting one from some random +1.
I can't believe I'm standing here today. Seriously, why am I standing here?
Don't settle for just any insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hurricane season is here. Don't wait until leaks start. Get 15% off your new roof during Eustace Roofing Storm Season Sale. Real craftsmen, real experts, real roofers. Schedule your free estimate at eustaceroofing.com.
Viant, innovative digital advertising. Didn't think you could advertise on the largest sports platforms? Think again. Viant helps brands show up where it counts, on live sports, where audiences are the most engaged. It's simple, smart, and built for results you can actually measure. No wasted time, no wasted spend. Want better results? Visit ViantCTV.com today. That's ViantCTV.com to learn how easy data-driven advertising can be. Viant. Visit ViantCTV.com and get your message in front of the right audience today.
Orlando, are you ready to rock it? My favorite beach getaway, Hard Rock Hotel Daytona Beach, is calling your name. Not even an hour's drive from downtown Orlando. You'll find modern luxury, legendary Hard Rock vibes, and that endless Florida sunshine. Even in the middle of winter, lounge by the oceanfront pool, grab a bite at their world-famous restaurant, or unwind at the spa. And when the sun sets, enjoy live music under the stars at their beachside band shell. For reservations, go to hardrockhotels.com/Daytona Beach.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
We are Orlando's sports leader, broadcasting live from the FM 96.9 The Game studio. Brought to you by the Nickley Group, Orlando's home team. Doing real estate differently. TheNickleyGroup.com.
The NFL is off to a wild start.
Touchdown pass number 508 for Aaron Rodgers.
And the new season lives on iHeartRadio.
Touchdown Denver.
Local stations bring you the action live.
Touchdown Chargers.
Plus, fantasy advice and expert analysis with the official NFL Podcast Network.
Everything you love about football is on the iHeartRadio app.
Touchdown.
Just search NFL to dive in.
Catch the Tampa Bay Buccaneers all season long on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app, sponsored by First Horizon Bank.
The Fantasy Fix rolls on Sunday, September 14th for week 2 of the NFL season. Who can we trust? Who's a mirage? We answer it all every Sunday starting at 10 a.m. We're breaking down the matchups, the sleepers, the busts, the props, all the plays that can help you win your week and hopefully win your league. It's fantasy football news up to the minute right here on FM 96.9 The Game. Don't set your lineup without us. We get back to it on Sunday, 10 a.m. on the Fantasy Fix.
The new home for the Miami Dolphins is 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and the iHeartRadio app. Just search 96.9 The Game. Welcome back to the premier afternoon sports show in the state of Florida. Game On with Mike Bianchi and Brandon Kravitz.
Got a cool event coming up at Hourglass Brewing, your favorite afternoon sports talk show and your favorite local brewery. Team up, 2 locations, always over 40 beers on tap. We've got Game On Hoppy Hours that will be coming up over the next couple of months. And the first one is a week from Friday. So we'll be out there. That is on Friday the 26th. We'll be out there. We'll do the show live from Hourglass Brewing, and then we'll hang out for an hour after we go off the air, have a couple of beers with those who show up. I'll get you the exact location by the end of this week. It'll either be, they have 2 locations, either in Longwood or the district location closer to downtown Orlando. That's Game On Hoppy Hours coming your way, presented by Hourglass Brewing. The baseball world is wild right now, Mike, and I know that we have our hearts and minds strictly on college football and the NFL, especially in this town, especially in this state, and
especially in this country.
That too. But, I mean, there are some cities that they care a heck of a lot about what's going on with their baseball team.
You're right.
I think that even though we don't have a team in our backyard, I think we could probably do a better job of talking about the sport. There's a lot of good stuff that's going on in Major League Baseball, one of which is Cal Raleigh, 2 dingers last night. Here the home runs were.
Swung on and blasted. Right field. History on its way. It is gone. Cal Raleigh, crown him. Number 55 for Cal. Already the all-time single season home run catcher king, and now the most ever in a single season for a switch hitter. He surpasses Mickey Mantle. The legendary march through history for Cal Raleigh in a season we will never, ever forget. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, hit well, center field. It's going back. Isbell at the warning track, at the wall. He has done it. Home run, Cal Raleigh. He has tied Ken Griffey Jr. for the most in Seattle Mariners history. Number 56 for Cal Raleigh. An amazing, historic, incredible season. And he has tied one of the greatest of all time in Ken Griffey Jr.
Mike, are people properly entertained or interested in what Cal Raleigh is doing as he inches close to 60? You mentioned it earlier in the show. That is still one of those magical numbers in the world of baseball, even though some of these numbers, some of these records were bastardized by the steroid era. It still holds an incredible value to baseball fans and to sports fans when he hit the number 60. He's inching closer to that. We're aware of it, but it doesn't feel like there's like a Cal Raleigh tracker that's going on right now. And it feels like that's when you know something's hit a fever pitch. I just think it is exciting, and it should probably be something that captivates the imagination of sports fans more than it is.
Yeah, but he plays in Seattle, so that hurts him. If he played for the Yankees, obviously he'd be getting a lot more attention than he is playing in Seattle. He's sort of new to the scene. People don't really know who he is that much, so that hurts him. And again, it's September, and you say we don't do a good job, but we don't do a good enough job talking about some of the baseball storylines. It's not just us. Watch the national shows. Listen to the national shows. Colin Cowherd's not talking about Cal Raleigh. He's talking about like Joe Burrow's injury or Justin Fields' injury and who's going to be quarterbacking the Jets this week. That's where baseball is on the hierarchy. And I'm sure at WFAN in New York, they're talking a lot about the Yankees and probably a lot about baseball, but baseball has a real issue with the mainstream media in this country because you're right. This is a great story. I mean, this to break Mickey Mantle's record and tie Ken Griffey Jr.'s record both in the same night. That's one of the greatest baseball story, the greatest nights in the history of baseball. He broke, the catcher home run record earlier this season, moving past guys like Johnny Bench, for crying out loud. That's historic what he's doing.
It is. And what's crazy and why I wanted to at least spend one segment talking baseball is that as impressive as Cal Raleigh is, as great as last night was and historic in its nature, it wasn't the most impressive thing that happened in Major League Baseball last night. Shohei Ohtani pitched 5 hitless innings and then went to the plate and did this.
Ohtani 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in his career against Robertson. The 1-0 pitch. Ohtani launches high in the air, deep right field. Number 50 emphatically leaves the yard. On a night he started the game and threw 5 no-hit innings, he then comes up to the plate in the 8th and launches home run number 50 on the season. It went 430 feet, and we got a 1-run game.
I mean, folks, this doesn't happen. This in our lifetimes. My lifetime, Bianchi's, which is twice as long. It doesn't happen. Nobody does this. He pitches 5 hitless innings and then steps up to the plate and hits a home run. And because it's the cruel game of baseball, the Dodgers actually lost this baseball game when he got pulled off of the mound. The guy who replaced him gave up 4 runs almost instantaneously. But this is just remarkable what this guy is doing. Mike, as long as he is healthy, no one in the National League other than Shohei Ohtani will ever win National League MVP. It is just his. Nobody can do what he does. It's like you can't compare him to anybody else. You can't compare anybody else to him.
Yeah, he is. Again, he's the Babe when the Babe was playing for the Red Sox. When he was winning 20 games as a pitcher and hitting home runs and all of that. But yeah, he's unbelievable. He's obviously one of the most popular athletes, not in this country, but in the world, because in Asia, he's an even bigger star than he is here. And, he has like a media crew from Japan. You've covered the PGA Tour at the Arnie, and you see, Hideki Matsuyama. He has an entire crew from Japan who cover him. That's what Shohei Ohtani has over here as well.
Amazing. And he's putting the Babe to shame. I'm not going to talk trash about Babe.
Don't go ripping the Babe again.
Was Babe Ruth? I know you weren't yet around for this. We didn't cover Babe Ruth. Was he Babe Ruth yet when he was with the Red Sox, though? That's something I don't know as a baseball
I don't know either. I don't know if he was hitting home runs yet. I know he was a really good pitcher. He won like 24 games or something one year.
I don't know. I think the Babe didn't really become the Babe until he was a Yankee. And
nothing happens till you do it in New York. You know that.
Right. But Shohei Ohtani's he's been set up in LA the whole time. I'm finding other angles for how I can crap on Babe Ruth. I'm kidding. Okay. Listen, love what he's done for the sport. Coming up next, a midweek mic'd up. We'll hear from Billy Napier, from Tua, from Scott Frost. Got a lot of heavy hitters hitting the airwaves next.
Game off with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I am so pumped up about what's going on at Don Mealy Chevrolet. It's a Silverado extravaganza. Because it's truck month at Chevy, that means you can save over $11,000 on a 2025 Silverado 1500 at Don Mealy Chevrolet right out there in Claremont. They've got more than 60 in stock from the tough, dependable Silverado work truck to the top of the line high country, which is the one I want, by the way. So there is a Silverado for every budget and every lifestyle. Come see the truck experts today at Don Mealy Chevrolet. Chevy, together, let's drive.
Football season is here. That means it's game time, and you know what teams you can trust. You know what teams you can't. It's no different with your AC team. That's why I trust Mills Air. They don't cut corners. They don't play games. They just deliver every single time. Think of them as the MVP of keeping your home nice and cool. Whether it's routine maintenance, fast repairs, or a downright emergency, Mills Air keeps your home comfortable and energy efficient all season long. And they've been doing that for Orlando homeowners since 1992. Call Leon and the crew to schedule your appointment. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz from Game On sent you by. The number to call is 407-277-1159 and online at millsair.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into what now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan Wealth today at 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Out here, pets are family, and where you go, they go. So bring them to Tractor Supply, where our price match guarantee means you'll save on toys, treats, pet meds, and more all summer long. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Thursday, the Dolphins head north to take on bitter AFC East rival, the Buffalo Bills. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. Catch every exciting moment of Miami Dolphins football right here all season long on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why rewards members get free standard shipping, starting at Silver Key or Gold Pro status. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowe's.com/shipping terms subject to change.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
In 1941, Ted Williams faced the choice. He was hitting .3995 on the final day of the season. Good enough to be rounded up to 400 if he had sat out. His manager offered him the day off so that he could finish the season batting 400. He chose to play in those games. It was a doubleheader where he went 6 for 8 and finished the season at 406, and nobody has touched it since. He could have coasted, but instead he held true to his own standard.
And what did he get for that? He dies and his son freezes his head.
Let that be a lesson to you. You can do everything right. Someone might just freeze your head.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Eustis Roofing. New roof, no mess.
UCF is trolling North Carolina football coach Bill Belichick, referring to itself as Central Football on social media after being misidentified this week. Florida running back coach Jabbar Julicki will begin a 3-game suspension this week for his part in that pregame melee with LSU. And Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh, he passed Mickey Mantle for the most homers in a season by a switch hitter with his 56 last night. I'm Scott Davidson.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Felt like you missed something this morning?
It's becoming a disgusting habit at this point.
You did. You can listen while you get ready in the morning.
Wake up with us.
Just tell Alexa to play 96.9 The Game. Coaches, players, GMs, everyone's got an opinion these days. Let's hear from the biggest names in the game. It's time for Mic'd Up.
Mic'd Up, brought to you by Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. If you want to look good and feel good like the Bulldog, check these guys out at hormonesandwellness.com. All right, let's hear from all the hot newsmakers, or at least some of the hot newsmakers throughout the sports world. Kravitz, let's start with Tua. The Dolphins are playing the Buffalo Bills, obviously, on Thursday night. I want you to hear Tua talking about Josh Allen.
Dude, he's top tier. You know, if it's not with his arm, it's with his legs. You know, that dude can do literally anything he wants. So definitely different skill set for me. I can't do half of what he does when it comes to running the ball and any of that. And then with how he can just chuck a ball down the field, you know, with how far and the arm strength that he has, he's supreme when it comes to that. So it's going to be fun. Get to see him, get to play him again, and we'll see.
Translation: I don't belong on the same field as this guy. Is that what he was just saying?
He said he runs harder, faster, and stronger than I do, and he throws the ball further than I can. Tua.
Why am I even out there?
If I was in that press room, I would have immediately shot my hand up and said, "Follow up, please. Tua, could you please enlighten us with what do you do well? What do you do well? What's your defining quality? Because it used to be your accuracy. Now you love giving the ball to the other team on a regular basis. The hell do you do well?" I'm trying to figure that out. He's not wrong about anything he said about Josh Allen.
He almost sounds like a Josh Allen groupie there.
He does.
Man, right?
Oh, my God. I mean, the meme, the post-game meme has already been created. If Tua has 103 yards passing and 3 interceptions and Josh Allen beats him by 30, you're going to see that graphic everywhere. I'm half the man that Josh Allen is.
Speaking of the Dolphins, here's Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel when asked the other day, what's it going to take to win?
To win games, you have to win the game, not lose the game, honestly. And that is how you lose the game. You're moving the ball down the field. You're 1st and 10, and then you find yourself at 2nd and 20 You know, that was critical.
Yeah. Everybody's making fun of him for that clip. Kravitz.
As they should.
All he's saying is to win games, you have to not lose the game. As in make mistakes and things like that. That's all he's saying.
You know,
why is everybody making fun of him?
The coaches of the past, the great coaches like Herm Edwards, that would say things like, you play to win the game, you know?
Uh-huh.
And it's Mike McDaniel's over here sheepishly saying, well, in order to win, you have to win. Thanks, Mike. Why don't you tell us how great Josh Allen is, too, while you're at it?
Coach
God, what a mess.
Coach Mortimer Schnurr, to win games. To win games, you first have to not lose games.
Well, it would be optimal if we scored more points than our opposition this week. Thanks, Mike. And I like Mike McDaniel, by the way, but that quote does him no favors.
All right, let's jump to college football. Scott Frost, drafted out of college by the New York Jets. He was a quarterback at Nebraska, but was drafted to play defensive back, transitioned to safety. The Jets' defensive coordinator at the time was one Bill Belichick. Now Frost is going to match wits with Belichick on Saturday. Here's Frosty talking about his remembrances of Belichick.
Yeah, I was with Bill for 2 years. You know, I can't say enough about how intelligent he is and how much football he knows. And that was before he went on a run as a head coach. So a tremendous amount of respect for what he's accomplished in the game.
Yeah. Doesn't sound all... I don't know. I explained it yesterday when I was talking about it, as he sounded almost terse.
Nah, I don't agree. I think Scott sometimes gets into those modes where he just talks like that. That's part of it. But prior to being asked about Bill Belichick, he was talking about his offensive line coach who's hospitalized.
Yeah.
And so his tone was sort of depressed for most of the press conference, definitely in the first 5 minutes. And then that was the follow-up was, okay, well, let's talk football. And I think for him to turn around and then sound joyous about taking on Bill Belichick would have come across really strange.
You're right. You're right. Frost was also asked the peculiar question at his press conference earlier this week, and here's how he responded.
Coach, with a big game like UNC coming in, obviously a week off, how do you kind of knock that rust off and make sure, you know, it's not a trap game for them, especially in front of home crowd?
Well, it's not a trap game. We're going to have to earn everything we get this year. We haven't done much yet. We've won 2 games, and this is our next challenge. But our guys are excited to get back out there and play. And, you know, for us to give ourselves a chance in this game, we got to have some really good practices the next few days.
Mike, it's an epidemic.
A trap game.
It's an
trap
epidemic.
game. Trap game. Billy Napier, what do you think of that question?
That's not a very good question. That's not a very good question.
Oh, I'm crying. Oh my God. It's not. It's just a bad question. That is a bad question. There's an epidemic going on right now.
Billy, is it a bad question?
That's not a very good question.
How do you have a trap game when you're picked to finish last in your conference? Scott Frost.
And you're playing the hoodie, for crying out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like if a trap game is when a good football. Can I explain what a trap game is? They exist.
We
This
know.
is one of them.
Everybody knows.
Okay. You're a good football team. You got a big game coming up, but you got to get through this middling team first. That's a trap. How in your UCF in year 1 of Scott Frost, off a year where you won 4 games, there are no trap games.
That's not a very good question, okay?
Oh, my God.
We know that.
This has become an epidemic in the media.
Do we have time for one more?
Yeah, let's get one more in there.
All right, Philadelphia Eagles left tackle Jordan, is it Mailata? Mailata. Not happy about the narrative that his team won the Super Bowl rematch against the Chiefs because of the tush push. Listen.
I understand the outrage. What I don't understand is them using it as an excuse to why we won the game. I think it's incredibly disrespectful to our defense and our special teams who balled out. You know, my brothers on defense and special teams who balled out that game, who had our backs when we weren't moving the ball or we weren't doing anything. That pisses me off because we give so much to this game, and to kind of base off a short yardage play that is a football play and say that we won the game off that, but not how our defense played, not how our special teams have played, putting us in those positions. I think it's crap. I just think it's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish, man. It makes my blood boil just thinking about it.
Bollocks.
Rubbish. We need to use rubbish more.
Yeah, that's great. I'm today years old when I found out that Jordan Mailata is Australian. That was
Rubbish.
That's great.
That's flat out rubbish.
Bullocks, I say. That was great.
Isn't it?
It's not why
they.
Yes, of course they're
People
saying
aren't
that.
saying that.
Yeah,
No,
there was
they're
the Chiefs played good defense. They had an opportunity to get the ball back at the end, and then they got pushed to death, and they didn't have an opportunity because the Eagles ran out the clock. It's foolish to say that's why. The Chiefs had 4 quarters of an opportunity to gain an advantage, and they couldn't. This is a legal football play, and until the NFL puts their foot down and says it's cheap, it's not allowed anymore.
I think more people are saying the Chiefs lost because Travis Kelce dropped the pass.
Well, you know how players are. I mean, he's an Eagle, so he's going to say, if anybody says it, it's going to be, well, people are saying this.
Everybody's saying it.
Up next, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on the iHeartRadio Talkback. That is how you can win FSU Kent State tickets. Also, text in 50857. We're back with those confessions next.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
Special thanks to all the fellas who came out to our event at Hammer and Nails on Monday night. Ton of fun to see all the fellas out there. Got my head shaved, got a manicure, signed up for the Classic Club. It's $88 per month, but listen to what it gets you over at Hammer and Nails. 2 classic services per month, free family, friend, and client transfers. Services actually roll over, so if you're busy, you don't get to everything, you can actually stockpile them for future months. We have the holidays coming up. You got to make sure you're taking care of yourself as well. You get 20% off of additional services, 20% off of retail products, and get this. When you walk in for this incredibly relaxing experience, they give you a cocktail right when you walk through the door. Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. Incredible service. Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys. Check them out. 3 Central Florida locations. You won't regret it.
When we guys hear the word hormones, we think that's a her problem. Mood swings, menopause, hot flashes, that's her lane, right? Wrong. The truth is, guys, your hormones crash too. You just don't talk about it. You feel tired all the time. You've got brain fog. You're not interested in sex, or maybe your body isn't cooperating. Sound familiar? That's why I'm talking to you about Florida Center for Hormones and Wellness. They treat men and women. They treat couples who want to feel like themselves again. Dr. John Terrazella left his successful practice as a Yale-trained orthopedic surgeon to dedicate his career to what really matters, keeping people at their peak performance for life. Why? Because too many people, both men and women, are suffering and not getting any answers from traditional medicine. Fellas, it's time to step up. Help her get her spark back and get yours back too. Go to hormonesandwellness.com. That's where all the information is. Hormonesandwellness.com, because this isn't about getting old. It's about getting right.
Wishing you a safe ride in Orlando. Although there are very heavy delays you should know about, including the 429 toll northbound at the Apopka Expressway. That's exit 31. 3 lanes are blocked. Also 3 lanes blocked westbound of I-4. That's approaching Lee Road. A center lane is blocked on Semron northbound. That's at Lake Brantley Road, aka Academy Drive. But we're incident free on the Greenway and 408. Our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line number is 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows how to help make your home holiday ready for less. Refresh your space with select style selections, vinyl flooring for just $1.99 per square foot. While supplies last, selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
Wow, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Say no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, That's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you've been in a crash and your mind's racing.
When you've fallen in a store and are blaming yourself.
When you've been hurt at work and don't know what to do. You know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Welcome to Embers Only on iHeartRadio Orlando, brought to you by Corona Cigar Company. Step inside the luxury cigar lifestyle with our cigar of the week. And this week's cigar really is a legendary cigar. It is the FSG by Drew Estate Limited Edition Toro. And it is a trunk press Toro cigar featuring the beautiful Florida sun-grown tobacco right here from their initial 2013 test crops. And they have some in there from their 2014 crop as well, all rounded out with select Nicaraguan and Honduran fillers. The binder, Mexican sun dress, and the wrapper is a stalk cut Connecticut broadleaf. What that gives you is a beautiful medium to medium strong cigar with a little spice in there as well. Great construction, wonderful smoke. You're going to love it today, especially at this price. Only $124.95 a box. That's 24% off. It's the FSG by Drew Estate Limited Edition Toro, and it is your cigar of the week. Thanks so much for joining us for Embers Only. Luxury cigar lifestyle, fine spirits, and relaxation await at your nearest Corona Cigar. Downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, Sarasota, Tampa, and always online at coronacigar.com.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text free.
Protect your home with Reese Windows and Doors. Trusted for over 50 years to deliver the highest quality factory direct impact windows available, with most installs done in under 8 weeks. And now the giveaway is bigger than ever. Win $25,000 in brand new windows absolutely free. Just text WOW to 20129. Already entered? Then you're automatically eligible to win $25,000 in windows. Don't wait. Text WOW to 20129.
Follow the game on Facebook at 96.9 The Game. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
America's #1 app for radio is iHeart. Live radio, trusted DJs, breaking news, live play-by-play, plus the station you're listening to right now, anytime, anywhere. Join the millions who already have it. Open the free iHeart Radio app today. The #1 app for radio.
Game on with Bianchi and Kravitz.
I don't think he's playing hurt and scared. I think he's playing fat and happy. I think there's a lot to this NIL-itis. Who was that quarterback you were saying? We were talking about this a week or so ago when I was saying Lagway looked fat and happy last week. And you said there was a quarterback who didn't really take endorsements. Who was that?
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Won the Heisman Trophy, second overall pick in the draft. TJ Lagway is well on his way to neither of those things as it stands right now, but enjoy your Lamborghini endorsement. I mean, this is the thing too, is maybe that has had no impact on him whatsoever. But when you struggle, people are going to point to that. And then that becomes part of your story.
Listen to Game On with Bianchi and Kravitz weekdays starting at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game, AM 740, and streaming on the iHeart Radio app.
Orlando's pro volleyball team is hotter than hot. Coming off of a championship season, the Orlando Valkyries aren't just ready to take on their league once again, but another league as well. A groundbreaking deal has allowed 2 leagues to merge into one, Major League Volleyball. The Valks are introducing their 4-match flex plan, the perfect plan if you can't make it to every game. Opening night is included. Any additional 3 games of your choice, it layers in flexibility and savings compared to single game tickets, and the plans start at just $51. If you purchase a season ticket or a 4-match flex plan before September 19th, you'll receive an exclusive invite to the team's kickoff party with Orlando Valkyries players, coaches, and it's a great chance to celebrate the season and connect with the team. And because I'm feeling nice, how about we give away some tickets right now? Text the word 4-pack, all lowercase and one word, to 833-854-5809 to enter for a chance to win a 4-match flex plan towards the upcoming season. Good luck and go Valkyries.
WYGM Orlando, WJRR HD2 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. The UCF Knights are heard here. This is a safe place. Your secret is safe with us. And the thousands of listeners tuned in live, listening on demand, and streaming across the state. But other than that, you're probably fine. It's time for Game On Confessionals.
Bulldog, he's our man. If he can do it, nobody can.
Damn right.
We believe in the Bulldog. This segment brought to you by Burn Pest Control. I believe in Joe's team as well. They don't just treat the pest problem, they solve it. Keep your home protected from the bugs all year long with Burn Pest Control. Tell them that Brandon Kravitz and Mike Bianchi sent you by. Get 10% off any initial service. That's burnpest.com. All right, Mike, you said that you have a juicy one for our confessions. I want to hear it, and then I'll rattle through some of the texts that we got today, and we'll pluck a winner for FSU Kent State.
Okay, so my lovely ex-wife, Donna, used to always say that I was a terrible gift giver. Okay, that I didn't put any thought into my gifts, and she was right. She was right, which is why she's my lovely ex-wife, Donna. She was right on most things. All right.
Oh,
so,
I think I know where this story's going, Jaden. You are in for a treat.
no, you don't.
Oh,
you don't know.
Oh, this is different.
So it was Valentine's Day of one year. All right, and I was late writing my column. I was rushing home. I hadn't gotten her a Valentine's gift. I knew that she was very particular, that I had to put in some thought into a gift. So she loved to read books. All right. So I stopped by Barnes and Noble, and they had a Valentine's section there. So I pick up a love book. All right. And I didn't look at it, and I bought it, and I brought it home and gave it to her, and she's thumbing through it. You know, I wrote a little inscription, you know, love you in the little cover there, happy Valentine's Day. And she's thumbing through it, and she goes, why did you get me a book about gay lovers?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike. I mean, it really is it is no coincidence that this did not work out.
It was the effort that mattered.
Lasted 22 years. Huh?
That's true. That's a long time. That is a long time. That is really good. That's almost as good as you buying her a treadmill for Christmas.
I did that one year too. Yeah, but she said she wanted to get in shape.
Good, honey. I want you to get in shape too.
That treadmill never got used. She was so mad.
Oh my God. We have so many good ones. We might have to hit these when we come back from the Fox Sports update. Somebody says, I confess that when I was a kid, I used to sneak out in the middle of the night, walk into people's carports, and start up their lawnmowers and leave. What dastardly behavior. Azalea Park Bob with that one. Somebody said, in my younger days when I was a firefighter, I always made sure I let women know what my profession was, and it worked 99% of the time. The women love them some firefighters.
Oh, good idea. What if you're not a firefighter? Yeah. Can you still tell them that?
Yeah, that's not a bad plan. Before I met Mallory, I would go around and go, I am an intern for a sports talk radio station. Hello? No, I'm over. Okay. FSU Kent State tickets. We'll pick out a winner right now on the text line. Appreciate everybody that has chimed in, and we'll make sure that we get some more of your responses into the show. We've got an hour left with you, but up next, Bet It or Forget It, the daily game show that has taken sports radio by storm. We'll pause for a quick moment, 60-second update from Fox Sports Radio, and we're right back at it after that.